third episode here, and you know I still have my co-host on the far right hand side,
the baddest
Mr. Not Too Bad himself.
What it is.
Bad boy Mo.
What's up?
And we are back again with another episode here. And on this episode, we are actually being joined by Black Ricko and
Here on the beat.
Shout out. I'll actually let them do like their short introduction, you know that's how we do it, that's how we roll, you know. But before I actually do that, just a reminder to all our new viewers and current viewers to go check out our Patreon community there by Patreon, you know. It's an official podcast community whereby like different people from different paths of life come together to link up and connect as we try to find practical solutions for practical societal issues. Hey, that's what we are. But on this show, you know, we're talking everything music. Hey.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
You can catch like the main show. That's where we discuss main issues, you know, social challenges that are there in our communities. Sure. But for this one, you know, it's all about music conversations. Sure. So let me just give the platform to Mr. Mo before I actually give our guests the chance to actually introduce themselves.
Thank you very much, man. What's up, my people? We're back again. I go by the name of Bad Boy Mo, aka Mr. Not Too Bad, aka the baddest in the planet. You already know. We out here, man. That episode, I'm excited, man. I got my brothers in studio today. What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Berry on the beat. Please introduce yourselves, my gents. Let's go.
Grab the mic. Yo, my name is Berry ODB. You know, I'm a rapper slash producer, all that. You know, I'm a whole package. As a matter of fact. Anyways, salute to them gents for bringing us here. It's a, you know, I couldn't wait to be here. I'm excited.
Thank you for putting through.
And now welcome to the fastest growing podcast, you know, in the GP. We're moving. So it's an honor having you on the show, man, as we're gonna get to know more about who you are and what you're doing, you know, like your craft and getting to understand your craft and our viewers actually getting to connect with it. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Mr. B. So
thank you, man. Thank you.
Next
Mr.
up,
Black.
For real.
the main man of the show.
Hey, we out here, bro.
All men's magic.
I would say it goes without saying, but I'll be fooling myself for people who don't really know me. I'm Black Ricko, aka Monsu. You know what I mean? I'm all the way from Extension 12, chilling out here with my brothers. Like these niggas are my brothers, like you know, like from way back.
Man.
Boss things,
so
you know.
I was so excited when I had a call to say, yo, nigga, how about you pull through, nigga? Let's have a combo. I'm like, alright, cool. I'm out there. I'm willing to know my folks. I'm willing to talk to my folks. I'm willing to like let them know what's up, what's new.
Shout out.
Salute, my Jesus.
Now welcome to the show, Papi. To like the energy is on another level on this one, you know. So,
thanks,
like before I actually open up the show with the opening question, you know, just a reminder for our viewers and listeners out there to actually hit that follow button there by Spotify and across our podcasting streaming platforms, and don't also forget to click that subscribe button below down there, you know, because by doing so you're actually helping us grow, you know, as we are still moving, you know, because we're still gonna be here for a while, man. We ain't going anywhere. So Buffet too, let me take the attention from our viewers and bring it right back to you here, Buffet.
For real.
So let me just ask this, you know.
Yeah.
Let me ask both of you this, you know, as artists, you know, in the music industry, what inspired you, you know, what inspired you to actually be like, yo, this is something I want to pursue, you know, I feel like, yeah, I was born to do this, you know, where did the inspiration come from?
Alright, from my side, you know, like the I can't even remember, it was like 2002 or when was it? Long time ago, in fact, I was still on standard 3. We used to call it that. Is it grade 5, number 3, ne? Yeah. So I found this tape on a drawer, you know, when music was cassette. You know, like when music was still played via tape and cassettes and all that, you know. So I was like, there was this mini radio we had. I had to plug it in. Then I found out that damn, I listened to it. Then it was Eminem. It had like so many songs on it. Like it had also Jay-Z. It's a Hard Knock Life in there. It was Lose Yourself. You know, like, then I'm like, okay. That's when I fell in love with hip hop, because I listened to this guy. The stories were compelling, you know, like the stories were so touched. I felt
like,
involved, you know.
I think almost every rapper that's out there at the moment, you know, they were inspired by such artists.
Yeah, for real.
Because that era, you know, it was
that man was on fire, bro. You know, around that time.
For me, it's a different story. For me, it's a different story. See, I was a dancer, a hip hop dancer.
I know.
Seeing the eras of Mo 5 or Relapse or Clinch or whatever. Remember those times? When there was like Adverse LP back in those days. I was a dancer, right? And then one day some nigga came to me and said, "Hey, bruv, you look like you could rap." I'm like, huh? For real,
They planted the seed.
You understand? You look like you could rap. I'm like, dog, I'm not even close from that. You understand? And then by that time I was like linking up with B, because I've been with this guy. Like, I think we have like 20 years going with this nigga together.
What? Damn, bro.
So that was then I'm like, I would listen. That's a brotherly shit. You get?
Yeah, bro.
So at that time, like there was like,
you know, like damn,
bubbling Cyphers, like you know, those like Cyphers. They're like Phantom, like you know, the dangerous guys. And this guy was like
still around.
This guy was like one of those guys who make you drop a tear when it disses your ass. You get? So I'm like, damn. This nigga is my nigga, and he's spitting like that. And somebody can holler at me like, "Hey, dog, you look like you can rap." I'm like, alright, cool, it's a rap.
And then they even listed like a side section by my game.
You get my game.
Yeah, and for me, like that was like an introduction to
sure.
the game. And I'm kind of like, hey, niggas are spitting.
You get my G. So alright, cool. This nigga started my G. This nigga happened to have like a studio, right? So they called me out to their studio. Alright, cool. I hop in, I write P to my leg, cause there was the nigga, my leg and Taufan. They're like based in my hood. They highlight me at the studio, I highlight the studio, I got that, did one joint. I listened to it, came some nyanas in the room, they listen to the song, they're like, "What is?" They're like, "That black guy." Like, damn boy, you nice at it. I'm like, okay, I like the sound of that. So from that shit, I kept on going. And I'm growing this essence because I'm rubbing shoulders with this dope ass motherfucker. I don't fuck with this guy, bro. I don't fuck around with this boy. Okay, as time goes by, dog, before you know it, I started, you know, enjoying making music. And it's channeling me on that, you know, you gotta be a beast. Obviously, you know, it goes like both ways. It's tit for tat, butter for fat type of energy. So since then, bro, it's been love.
And it's been love, and you shared the stage with the likes of the late Ricky Rick.
Hey,
you know, I was surviving them. I'm like, hey, niggas,
even had the CD, our CD, you know, like Life Before Fame, like the EP. On his hand, took a picture with it. Ricko was talking to Ricky at the side club. And I was like, "Bring the CD, bro, bring the CD." I was like shooting the whole thing with my cell phone. I was like, I can't believe this, bro.
This nigga was a goat, bro. He's the nigga who ran 4-4 when niggas like trying to come with some bull on stage, you know, cause
that's what I wanted to ask you actually, because you know we were all heartbroken by this Ricky thing.
Hey, bro,
but I think it kind of hit you like the most.
Yeah, because I also know someone who was like that.
It hit me home, dog. You know what? I wouldn't say I was like, you know, friends with him, but I would say more like I am to Bad Boy Mo, right? Bad Boy Mo is my boy, but we don't chill a day. We don't like talking. You know, like whenever we talk, it's genuine.
But whenever you're together, there's magic.
You understand? Because how this shit started was, we're like at Metro, okay, Rashid Kaitan hit me up. Hey, boy. Hey, bro, I've been listening to you, like, your freestyles, dog. You're hella nice. How about you pull through to, like, our show in Mosquito there, doing, like, some rap activity jam and shit. Right? Alright, cool. Hop into Metro FM. Boom. There's Ricky Rick coming in. And he's a man. He's a judge for, like, you know, because I was going against, I don't know if you know Jovi Slash. This nigga is dope bills. You get. So I was going against Jovi Slash. I was busting some rhyme right there. And immediately when Ricky Rick came in, he took his phone. I'm rolling with this dude. I can't remember his name, but I was rolling with him. He took his phone. I'm like, hey, dog. He's sitting right like he's sitting to him. He's like, hey, dog. Don't this nigga look like that nigga? He's talking about his pops on his phone. I'm like, yeah, like, probably this nigga is my brother. Maybe just my pops didn't told me about it. And then I picked it up after, this nigga just wanted to start a conversation so we can feel comfortable. So we don't look at him as if, it's Ricko, and then we mumble or fumble. We get on set, it's Vase on Vase, it's me against Jovi Slash. People they calling in, hey yo, I vouch for Slash, I vouch for Black Ricko. I sit him right there, it's like, shit. Hey bros, I don't wanna lie. If I were to go on stage right now, cause this nigga reminds me of DMX. It's something about me.
Reminds you of DMX.
And yo, don't think like I'm favoring. Don't think like I'm favoring this guy, because his name is Black Ricko and I'm Ricky Rick. It's not that. It's just that the boy is just hella nice with it. You know what I mean? And Jovi Slash, not to discredit him, but if I were to go in studio and record some shit, because I can check, it's more like if a producer than you know, being out here, you know what I mean?
For real.
Alright, cool, blah, 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 fast forward. You called it off as I don't want anyone to win from these guys on this weekend. So, Mr. Mosquito, I need an opportunity from you. I need to go back to my crib and produce 3 beats that I'm gonna come with next week. I want Black Ricko and Jovi Slash and myself going head to head.
What?
Damn! Shit! Now, same thing. You already know. You know what I mean? Alright, cool. Fast forward the following week. I thought it was kidding. I gotta look proper. You know what I mean? We're still entering the building, the ACBC building right there, right? You know the I don't know, the scanner. When you go in there, you gotta take all the phones and the coins, whatever you get. You know, hey Ricko. Hey Ricky, shit, hey, what's going on, G? Are you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready, bro. You know what I mean? I hop into the studio. Give me a chance, me and Jovi Slash, we go head to head. But he already knew at the back of his head, like, nah, I didn't come here for Jovi Slash shit. I came here for Black Ricko and me. You know what I mean? It's not a cap. It's not a cap. It's for flex. I need to see this nigga again. It's not a cap. It's not a cap. It's for flex. It's rap. It's rap, baba. Go big Zulu on your ass, nigga. Hey, you know what I mean? That's another topic. So after we go back and forth. People they go, we still going in with a black ass motherfucker. I salute to that. And like, I'm changing the scenario, you know. I want Black Ricko and Ricky Rick faces right now. So the Slash. I mean, I will go against Baba. He's throwing his bars. Then I'm like, Baba, you Ricky Rick, Baba, you gotta feel my wrath. You know what I mean? After that, Ndwana is like, Oskira like, yo boy, when you're done with a mixtape album, whatever that you finna do, when you're done with it, as long as I'm still working here, Metro FM, bring that shit, knock at the door. There's a camera right there. I'll see you as long as my show. Bring that. You know, I still owe the folk that shit. But I'm taking my time.
When are you taking it?
Thing is, I'm still working on some shit and working on myself. We've been talking about it with the team.
But I feel like the tape that just dropped, that's the one.
I was checking it out.
That's a beast. You know what I mean?
So Leon, this path that we took, I feel like I owe my nigga like good ass music. Because I felt like there was like a lot we yet to do. Or we're still gonna link up. I still had a chance with him while he's still alive to perform at Cotton Fest. But then again, and I mean, because you know what he did? After the show in Shake, he personally gave me his numbers outside when we done. He waited for everybody to like spaz. Because then I'm asking myself, why can't he bounce? I was standing right there, his beamer right there. Like, come here. I was having a conversation. He started monitoring me right there, mentoring me, telling me some things that I need to know. You know what I mean? Like, hey, dog, take this number, holla at me, I want to send you something. He's talking about a beat. So unfortunately, beat that thing, I got robbed, like performer go, Jabulani Mall, Limu Questa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that thing, my nigga was in Rustenburg, he was studying in Rustenburg.
Yeah, I remember when you told me about that. So you got robbed at
Josie.
You know,
So
Josie's a dangerous place. Bro.
So he gave me a beat. It's like you wanted me to go work on that. He wanted me to work on that.
But yeah,
beat
it's not
to make a song on it.
So it's the hustle,
lost
bro.
the beat.
Yeah.
I lost the beat because they took my money that I got paid down. And they took my phone. So everything, every contact that I had. And I kind of go, it's the time I was at my peak, I'm like, I done met with Ricky Rick. You know what I mean? And everybody's like, oh, okay, we see you, dog. So Ricky Rick, fuck with Joe. Alright, cool. You know what I mean? So they're like, easy to come close. Until everything disappeared when they took my phone, they took my money, I was lost in Josie. Thanks to the nigga who done helped me, who done ordered me his phone and called my pops to come pick me up. Shout out to you, man. I owe you a lot.
Some good people.
You know,
shit like that.
Shout out to you, bro.
That's a story right there.
I hope you can
Hey,
still
bro.
remember these niggas as well.
And there's too many that I can talk about, but hey, it's a story.
Legends
for
in the
another day.
making.
Yeah, for
You
real.
know what I mean?
Shout out.
Yeah. So, like, while we are still on, like, the mixtape, you know, the EP.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the inspiration behind the Watcher, you know, from the tracks and the name itself, the Watcher?
Jump in, G.
The Watcher, bro. Okay, so actually the Watcher, the inspiration is we wanted something fresh, something new, something that we also ourselves, if we're listening to, we can feel like we relate. You know, like you shouldn't like make music as an artist and feel like you are left out. You're just making music for the people. I think it's only fair that if you make music, you also can enjoy your own music, right?
Yeah.
It starts there. If you're making music that you're enjoying, you're probably going to make the song that everyone loves. That's my belief. So wanted something like that. You know?
So as the title Watcher, it's more like see every day as human beings, every day we see some shit. Every day, everywhere we go. As us as creatives, we got to see something in order to be inspired to write something.
True. That's
You understand?
true.
So even the people who listen to our music, it's like we're creating a dialogue. See, like when you're theatrical, when you're performing in theater, there's audience and there's you right there. You know what I mean? You could be mimicking, or you could be a mute acting with your hands or your body language and whatever. But as for somebody who's watching you, they're creating their own scenario, their own story. We're talking, what is he trying to portray? You understand?
Because
you
at
know
the end of the day, like, music doesn't hit us the same way.
The same way. You understand? So that's why when we make music, we always leave a room for you to say, okay, if I was in that situation, what was I gonna do? You know what I mean? So I'm the watcher. The person who's listening to my music, they watching me through their ears. You know what I mean? Because whatever that I'm saying, I'm creating a story. When you listen to a song,
it's more like you're not just listening to it, you're involved, you are watching the whole movement.
You're watching.
That's
damn, it's deep, bro.
You get
and that's actually like the definition of music. Because music, when you're listening to it, it's supposed to paint a picture. So when it's painting a picture inside, you are basically
you are seeing that.
Watching.
You're being vigilant about it.
That's it.
You are in there.
Stuff like that. Stuff like that.
That's deep. So it's out everywhere, like platforms.
Like any platform that you would like to like reach out to. We're talking your YouTube, anywhere you wanna buy it, you wanna stream it, you wanna view it.
They must buy it.
Fire.
They must buy it.
Go buy that thing.
This thing of copying links and pasting it on these illegal sites to download like niggas music, it's wrong, man. Like, because that's the only way to make cash at the end of the day. So if you're not doing that, you're not actually supporting, you know.
You're not supporting.
If you personally love it,
you're just
just buy it.
sabotaging the whole movement. You say you love us, but the next thing you're just sharing it. You know. Come on. You must buy the music, man. Show some love, you know.
You know what I mean?
Don't wait till you listen to someone is like,
see when you at like your beginnings, right? nobody have much faith in you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? For example, you started the podcast, right? When you started, you had like 0 followers. Let's say now you have like 1,000 followers. That's when they start limping in.
That's
It's because they were hoping. They were hoping
it's gonna make
They
it.
were hoping it was gonna be a once-off day.
like that's like you know at the like you know I'm one person. I think even back in high school, you know, like when it came to making friends, it was hard, you know, for some of us because like we weren't working like those 8 brands, you know, or Nike. So you weren't fitting in that much, you know. Then you start doing your own shit, you know. Okay, it starts growing. Then suddenly, even people that did not want anything with you, they start being like, yo.
I had a behind the scene. I had a behind the scene with Bad Boy Mo, telling him about his brands, right? I'm like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna televise somebody. I ain't gonna look at somebody on TV and say like, that nigga inspired me. I don't know that nigga struggle, bro.
That's true.
But this one right here, like, I know his moves. You know what I mean? I get to build up from his energy. I'm like, this nigga got like hustling motive, dog.
Your
What am I
brands are supposed
doing?
to inspire you. You're not supposed to go out and look for inspiration
You
from
get
those
it.
big names.
It's
While
right
Abba
there.
Fetubai
You
and
get my
grinding,
kid.
bro.
You get it. There's a saying that says, if you go,
I'm inspired, not hate.
Don't
Just
look,
be inspired.
you know, I always say this thing. I'm like, I feel like it's one of the reasons as artists in the West, or as creatives, you know, we are not really moving that much. Majority of artists are competing, you know, instead of like finding ways to work together. You know.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Oh, you make sense.
Right now,
man.
for instance, check Big Zulu, you know, like the hype around the 150 district. You know?
Yes.
You know, like if like we were like okay, serious about pushing like the culture of hip hop in the West. Right now, as artists, we should be in studio. Hitting, maybe recording one of the longest, diciest mixtape, you know, like a reply, you know, working together, and it's not happening. It's only those few giants who are willing to be like, yo, let's collaborate, let's host an event, you know, to showcase.
And it's funny how you're saying that. Right before we came here, I posted something on my page on Black Ricko page, right? I'm like, y'all better watch out for Black Ricko. Somebody that went on the comment link and say, when are you gonna throw a diss track?
Like,
hey, bro, like, hey, what am I to say right now?
Y'all wanted this.
What am I to say right now?
Who should have this?
Exactly.
Where should we start?
When
you're gonna find the platform.
When I responded, this one I said. This one I said when I responded.
Where do we start?
I said, no one is provocative enough to my will. You understand? I don't just jump on Bad Boy Mo
for no reason.
You know what I mean? If Bad Boy Mo said fuck you on a song, fuck you Ricko, you black ass, you black ass, I'm like, oh, so you gonna be provocative with my skin color, huh? Cause you lighter than me, huh? Alright, cool, nigga.
Let me jump in.
You know what I mean? And then I'll go like, okay, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You looking at me, you seeing a fruit. It's a diss, huh? I waste your way.
Straight in the juice.
Like, you know, this is something we are still working on. You know? I was actually talking to Bad Boy Mo the other day. I was like, you know, bro, it's time we actually brought back those street side sessions. And it's something we'll be hosting very soon. That's why you'll start those beefs you wanna start, you know, because you know that's all about freestyling, you know.
And then, you know,
but healthy beefs, you know.
Let's pack up something.
It's more like a healthy competition.
Thing is with this rap thing, dog. Like, only those people who are like too personal. And then Baba, they get shattered or they die. Their confidence just die after you understand? For example, Big Zulu then throw out a song. And then towards end of it, like, hey, guys,
apologize. He knew what was coming.
Hey guys, I'm not out here. Besides, he knew what was coming.
So, do you think like, okay, this is this track, Big Zulu, and we're still on it. Sorry for catching you.
Sure.
Do you think like, is it staged? Because like it's happening after this soccer game that happened between hip hop artists, you know, and then Big Zulu drops like, there's this track to everyone in the entire game.
It's a motive.
Don't forget that Big Kosa did the same thing.
It's a motive, dog. I can tell you why. Because if you are something, Elon Hurricane is unplayed. it wasn't gonna go that soft. It wasn't gonna go that.
Okay, I believe.
Come out for Duncan.
Yes.
I believe
And then
this,
after that, he did much. And
Okay,
after that, he done mentioned that I'm making a song with the person that I done this. And then
I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, I'm not against you guys. You know, we just out here. You know the sports. I just heard people saying what hip hop is gay. You understand?
Yeah.
So in order to win back the hype.
Yeah.
But when it's like they have like huge numbers, they gotta start with. You understand? So he started it, KO done the spawn. Now Duncan is dropping tomorrow.
Ambitious drop today at 10 a.m.
You know what I mean? So now the conversation in the streets is rap. You understand? So we done hop off a little from Mama Piano, sorry, but
So,
hey.
as artists, what are you doing to capitalize on that? Because it also applies to you. You are part of this industry. You need to be capitalizing on this industry.
Me, I'd like to reply personally.
That's
But
Let's jump in the studio.
you won't hear my shit.
Nah, he will, bro. Trust me. We'll tag him on every social media platform.
If he ain't gonna listen to your shit, we're just gonna take it and drop it at his door.
Here's your shit.
Leave it there. Like pizza, man.
You know what I mean? Because there's a saying that says,
special delivery.
if you're looking for a job, you don't find me. Create one.
Exactly.
You've been knocking doors, probably on these major studios and stuff like that. They're like, nah, quirk.
It's one of the reasons the Western Cyphers
You understand? You understand?
Okay,
You
instead
understand?
of looking to be signed under a network,
Like what we
let
doing?
me just start my own.
You get? Like what we doing? People might not get it now. Because that's what we've been doing, my nigga, like from the get-go, right? People might not get it, what we're trying to do, right? We've been like often hosting like, you know, events. You know what I mean?
So you are even hosting another one.
We're hosting another one on the 1st of October.
My birthday month.
You get?
I should be the MC there.
Birthday month too.
You get. It's gonna be a party there.
Especially on the second.
Let's get
bruh.
That means midnight, niggas gonna be like, happy birthday, baby. So what we're trying to do, just like, you know, creating our own platforms. Because now we're like you were saying, with people they too egoistic and shit, you know, they too scattered and separated and shit like that. So Rona, we don't give a damn. You hate us, you don't hate us.
We move.
If we heard your shit that is nice and we're hosting a gig, we're gonna call you up. Hey G, here's a platform. Come do your shit.
We're supposed to put each other
You know what I mean?
Because if we ain't doing that, no one will do it for us. You can't wait for Casper or
Let's just unite
those.
it.
We don't have huge budget, but whatever we do, you might say what we've been sponsored. Nah, it's our own pocket, bro. We're starving ourselves just to make it happen.
Think about it, how like the industry will be. You know, there's a producer. There's another producer with this kind of equipment. You know, and then we started uniting. You don't even have to actually spend more when you're actually producing like an album, because you are working together. It's connected. You know, this entire thing.
We share resources.
Collaboration is key. You know, it's something we should actually be encouraging. You know, in this industry. You know, like healthy competition. Yes, we can compete, because at the end of the day, healthy competition shows that there's actually movement, because people tend to get comfortable. You know. So, you wanted to say something, and before I ask.
Was it about 150 bars? Like, I mean, like, I was asking if we make I respond, whom should I respond to, Big Zulu or because
like, you know,
I mean, I want to respond like to make the game exciting.
For
also,
instance,
not for Big Zulu alone, but for everybody. For also locally upcoming new school.
You can respond about what's happening in the hip hop game. You know, like
just talk my mind out.
Happening, you know, from promoters, event promoters not paying you the right amount, you know, sometimes calling you and being like, yo, we'll pay you this cash. When you get there, like, they're not paying. Now you start maybe at an event, you don't even have funds to come back home, you know.
Like
that's about
helping,
kind of, you know.
Like,
and that's a
but it's
question
coming.
I was about to come
I'm thinking to drop something, but I felt like
that's a nice thing. Is as a artists like us, brother, we tend to analyze things, right? It's okay, cool. I might make a diss track, but which platform am I serving it to? Am I serving it to like my fellow artists? Because like honestly, as an upcoming artist, what you often do, you're thinking of your, you know what I mean? The people that you might be like faced with, right? As creative. Okay, Bad Boy Mo, if you listen to this song, what is he gonna say? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we need one another, but we don't. Because when it comes to like making music, we don't really need one another. When it comes to like, you know, when it comes to like making artists, in fact, let me just say this: artists will never buy your music.
They are not even your
They will never
audience,
buy your music.
your target market.
I mean,
They will see a link right there. They will like it. They will like it, but they will never click the link and listen to that shit.
You know, I was telling this other podcaster, you know, like they just started out, so they were asking me like how I go about promoting my podcast. The first thing I said, I was like, you know, don't promote your podcast in these groups where like there's other podcasters, you know. Because at the end of the day, we are all doing the same thing, uploading links, hoping that someone will click on them.
And then you guys are the ones, you know, you are your own fans, basically. So how can someone who's creating something once they have time for your product, whereas they're trying to sell their product, you're trying to sell yours?
I'm just gonna copy your craft once I start being there, you know. Like,
so look for people who can like third parties, you know, people who are not really involved with the process, because if they listen, maybe they feel tired. But someone who's creating something can learn something from you. But if you're all in a bunch and you're all creatives, at the end of the day, someone will just want to sell their idea to the other person, and it's going to go like way around, you know.
That's true.
So if you're looking for someone who's just going to engage with your music, your music or the podcast itself, then that's a different story.
Different.
You can change someone's life and even give someone a good idea to do something.
So, Buffett, in terms of like your creative processes, and I'll start with the producer for this one, because you know, I won't lie, producers are often overlooked, Buffett, in this industry.
He's calling me a producer, bro.
Nah, you do produce, bro.
I do produce,
you do produce,
but you know,
for
like,
instance, okay, you do produce, but in the industry are known as what? As a rap. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't know about that other side of being a producer because of what? Like, they don't get enough attention on them, you know. Okay, we hear Black Ricko is speeding. But who produced this ish, my man?
Who produced this?
Like, they don't even get booked this gents in most cases, you know. Let me just, when I shall answer, because like you are a rapper, you know, also, so you do get bookings. For someone who's a producer straight, how often do they get booked in a year, you know? So I just want to find out, Corey, what's the creative process involved when you sit down and be like, okay, now I'm producing a beat for the Watcher EP now. Okay, I'm supposed to produce this thing. What's involved there, you know?
A lot of time, energy, determination, creativeness, like a whole lot of bunch of being creative, you know. And then sometimes you need a mood. Sometimes if you're not in a mood, you can't make a great beat. I'm speaking on behalf of my brother and my L-boy, because I'm not really making these beats for I'm not producing the beats for Ricko. But even though I can produce some of the little, but I'm not the one who did all this stuff, so I'm giving the credit to Late deserve. So I might speak on his behalf. I don't know his words was gonna be like. So I don't know how his words were gonna be like, but I'm trying.
As I'm always in studio with that boy, now I can tell you, cause hey, that boy just crazy. Nah, bro, come on, get out of here. See, that boy crazy. See. When it starts something, it's gonna start like it's play. I'll be right there sipping on my whatever, smoking my whatever, right? I'm chilling right there. They're like, hey, Ricko, what you have in mind? I'm like, hey, bro, you gonna be my lead. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna check on my mood, my energy. If I'm too hyped up, he knows it's gonna be like yo something. If you see me coming in and I'm dragging my feet and I just throw myself on the couch, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, hey, what's up, Ricko? I'm like, easy, my G. You know what I mean? They already called me like, okay, now it's like a chill mood. Mellow.
Nigga needs to get what's on the chest off now. You know what I mean?
You understand? So whatever energy that I have, at times, let's say he did produce a beat this year, and then I get to tell with what
How he was
energy
feeling.
what is he saying to me.
Even as a listener, you know, sometimes
You
that's how we
understand?
connect.
This is a conversation that I'm having on a beat. All the time when he gives me a beat, I'm like, okay, what is L boy saying to me? I'm like, oh, he's saying this.
Yo, Joe, I'm here, bro.
And
Your son broke my heart.
And I jump. You know what I mean? And I jump. If he was sad, I'm gonna hit it on the beat. There's a string or two, so I'm gonna catch up on like, this one was off, my nigga. I gotta go sad on this one. I gotta go hippie on this one. I gotta go happy on this one. You know what I mean? It's a creative, it's a lot of process, but my nigga, I'm gonna just make it like easy does. It doesn't take an hour making a beat. Even an hour is too much. Less than 30 minutes, dog. And I'm not talking
about. Made a beat for like 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
On a record, but like 15 minutes.
Somebody just came from Saints and like, hey, bro,
10
I need this kind of beat.
But 15 minutes.
I got you, G. Say no more. It jumps right there. Check the time, 15 minutes. Hey, bro, the shit is done. We all going crazy in the studio like, bro.
To all that says,
I like his waking spirit.
To all that says, nah, you know, like a beat should be made for 2 years. For 2 years, bruh. I mean, it's okay. You can take your time with it. It's not a problem if somebody, I believe, like if you can make a beat for 15 minutes and someone can make it for long. At the end of the day, it's gonna come down to a song. And if the song is poor, it's poor. Doesn't matter how long the process took.
4 years. If the album is whack, it's whack.
Exactly.
If it's leak, we'll bang to it.
Exactly. So it's not about the longevity, how you pronounce that word, but yeah, you know what it is. I would say.
And this guy, I mean, just to add on his behalf, since it's not here, this guy done produced like an album.
Pull through.
He done produced and producer edition. He produced an album that was nominated for some.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, that was like 2020. Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
What album is that?
It's a dancehall album, you know.
Imagine.
Let me just sit here and mention the names because it's pointless anyway. He did that. So Botanist, if you know Botanist, L-Boy produced the whole album for that guy. He's working with Next Love Styles, but then something. These guys are huge also in the dancehall industry. So they signed a new artist called Botanist. So basically what he had to do, L-Boy produce the album, also assist the guy because with the sound he needed to get it done. So the album was also nominated that year for Summer, you know. So that's huge, even though, you know, so some things like that you can hold way to, you know, like it's your profile, bro. So working on it.
So we see you, bro.
We don't celebrate the achievement the same as little as we get, we celebrate.
So, but then, like, you know, as I think all of us are aware, like the industry is always changing.
For sure.
Yeah, we confirm, you know, 1 minute this shit is popping, the next minute the other stuff is popping. You know, like so as artists, how do you keep up with that? You know, like with the latest trends in the industry. You know,
that's way too easy, bro.
Trends like, for example,
heart.
Yeah.
Your heart.
Your heart.
Your heart. Yeah. Will never change, bro.
Yeah.
If your heart is loving, it's always gonna stay loving.
Yeah.
If you're a hater, you're always gonna stay a hater. You know what I mean? So time come, time go. Yeah. But what you say on the mic, it's all that matters.
It will be there forever.
Thank you. I say, you know, so I don't have to jump on this. I don't have to jump on this.
It's so, bro, you know, it's something most artists, they are doing. Like, I feel like this is a mistake because like as soon as like there's a new genre in style, that's where they wanna be. Or you know, they forget about their own craft. You know?
Like I believe artists that do that, you know, like they probably didn't have a chance or felt belonging before. So basically, there's no way you say you're a rapper, like you're a rapper like me. You say I'm a rapper. You see me, I'm a rapper, man. I'm gonna say that. Maybe I should say that.
MC.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you can't say you're a rapper at the end of the day. Like Casper is not sure he's a kwaito artist or he's a rapper, but he wants to be concluded wounded as a rapper, I guess. But then, because he understands the concept of rap, you know, rap is more poetic and it's more gives you free lands up platform more than anything. You can freedom of speech.
You can hope on
you want to take that away from anybody? No. Nobody wants to take away. So, but I'm coming back to this point. Like people who always jump genre to genre. You were never really like fitting properly to something. You know, you felt like you are everywhere because your foundation maybe is like white, or you can also do it like a house song. You understand? But if you get like Eminem can do a house song, but then it's gonna be like a rap house song. You get
what Drake did with his latest album, and that's why everyone was like, "This shit is trash." I'm like, nah.
Yeah, so he's rapping on a house beat.
This is a pop album, basically.
It's a pop album, basically. Like, you know, like so. If you're a hard rapper, some rappers can't even do a piano song.
So,
you know, it's difficult because you have to lower. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not criticizing.
I always
like
feel
you gotta
dumb.
have simple lines.
I always feel dumb when I'm jumping on a piano, because I'm not saying anything. I just say same shit over and over. There's several people who done hit me up. Hey, bro, I need you to jump on this my piano song. I'm like, gradually I appreciate for you for the thought, but that's not me. You an ass. I'm not.
You know, we need music that tells stories.
If you don't feel like you belong,
yes,
I mean,
yeah. Once in a while I can be there.
Trying to look for something that you
every time, Pella, when you jump on a song, you're sharpening up your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever you write a verse, all the time when you write a verse, you always want to make a better verse than this one. All the time, like you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you go to my piano, you end up getting comfortable and like, this shit is too easy.
I can just say this, anything I want to say.
For me, I feel like the beats sound the
same,
same, you know.
Yeah, the
There's
beat,
really not that much change, you know, when it comes to the genre. Because like, okay, you can be listening to the same instruments in this track. Next
no one
track,
wants to talk about
still the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
And everyone is just there like,
that's why I'm
They
saying
can
it's
do
for dancing, not for creative thinking.
I don't even have my piano on my
So you can-
devices.
You'll never find that.
You know, after that I bump my hip hop, you know, smoke my weed. That's it, bro.
Real G.
Not to trash the dead.
We're speaking facts. Like in our consumer way, because I don't really not involved with the creative process of piano, but as a consumer, because I also consume it. I'm in a club, someone is playing that, I have to digest it anyway. So where I digest it, and we're not trashing it, we're just digesting it. And say, you know, for us, we like something with creative process, like something that can help you think of something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's trash, we're gonna dance.
Yeah,
We all
we'll
gonna
dance,
right? Let's dance.
There's time for dancing, there's time for relaxing and thinking.
My nigga does quiet,
Using your
but we know he's quiet. It's a motivational shit. You know when you're gonna listen to Bad Boy Mo's song, there's some message you're gonna get from
And
it.
you're spinning that time.
There's some message and wanna like, you know, hope, you know, courage, this and that. You understand? You know you're gonna get that from the nigga. You know what I
something
mean?
to build you.
Come at me. I mean, I'll just tell you like, yeah, bro, stop complaining, stop whining, bro. Go get it.
So those are the kind of stories your music
Yeah,
tells.
like, hey, bro, hey, don't be whining out here, bro.
So like, I want you
It
to
shouldn't
like,
feel bad at the piano.
take a
I mean, it's a
back
dope
bit,
sound,
bro.
but like with
You
this,
mentioned in your bar like you moved a lot.
dancing, it's a good thing.
Yeah. So niggas been traveling.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they've been all over. I just wanted to know why have you not moved from the West?
Nah, the West, man, it's like, okay,
Wild Wild West.
okay,
is home.
the West,
Yeah.
man,
Home of
it's
the
like,
best,
it's like
yeah.
the home, you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the man can't buy by the all across the, because familiar on them, they buy, you know what I mean?
Where were you born?
Kompumalanga, but a little big group of Mozambique, and I came this side and went to Flagstop, I went to Rustenburg, Khatiki. I remember the Shandis, go Tembi, Sagada, go to Sigara and shit like that. So what happened was, my dad, Lee, you know, the fam, because like we're some clan, right? So obviously, you know, when you're from that, that's why like when people say, when I say King Ricko, they think I'm just calling that out.
Okay, that's
Just off like as a nice, no, dog.
Not of royal.
Guess what? So there was like brotherly fighting for like Steelers and then now I was the one who was supposed to go so I was a threat. to like many folks.
Yeah.
And I was in danger for that shit.
So
So my
put you
pops
aside.
had to move me place to place until we find like a space where we're like, okay, we are away from people, we are away from shit. Let's just live our life the way. Because everybody did unclaim whatever they done.
But you still coming for that ish, my G.
I'm not honestly, honestly, if I were to go around, then that means I have to strip all this off, like all the Rickos, all the music and shit, and I can't live without that shit. You know what I mean? I have to go back and I think that's
the problem.
That's not my
with,
life,
like,
though.
all
And I got the life.
upcoming things you do at the moment.
You know what I mean? Got life is way too slow. I grew up in a fast
Environment,
society's
you know.
environment and stuff like that, and then to go back, so like rural dog, like you can make it fast, my man. You have all the resources, you know. You get that.
You build it
That's how I was supposed to live. I'm out there, dog. This my just
This is you,
this my
you own
music.
music.
I'm out here. I'm gonna tell my story. People
You
they
gotta
gonna
be
know
the
that.
king of music.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a king of music, man.
Your throne,
You know what I mean? So shit like that. That's how like
But
I've been
have
moving
you
place
guys,
to place was to
sorry
keep like
to
my
let go.
safety nets.
I wanted to ask, have you heard about the Omega freestyle though? What do you
Yeah.
what do you guys think about that?
Bro, that's you know that KO reminded us of who he is, bro.
Yeah,
You know those tracks, bro, no fear, you know, back then.
Back then, this kind of
That's how I felt when I was listening to that track.
He was just simply taking back in his place. Bro.
He was just reminding everyone, like, okay,
Exactly.
homie might have said shit about me, but let's not forget who the real issue is, you know.
Yeah, who still got it?
I mean,
You know.
at the end of the day, bro, they both nice. In fact. So what? When I listen to Big Zula, I'm like, oh, Billa's the craze. I listen to King, I'm like, Billa's the craze. I'm like, you know what? I wasn't even like trying to rate who went what. I'm like, I heard them both. Nice.
And I feel like that's that's the other thing that makes people not to enjoy music.
Sure.
You know, like they focus a lot on like
Who made it who?
For instance, let's take a look at this Reese and Listy that was there back there. You know, today you still have people who are like, I can't fuck with Nasty because of and I'm there like, so you stopping yourself from enjoying our music because of their own beef. Fuck check, my nigga, this nigga's chilling in the same rooms, my man, doing the same shit.
Simple.
You can't, I mean, I don't care, man. This beef I was between them. I listen to Nasty, I listen to Iris at the same damn time.
Because they don't
If I was an artist, I would probably work with both of them at the same damn time because their beef is not my beef.
Yeah.
You just there to enjoy the track.
That's one thing. That's one thing that got Casper and Ricky fucked up, right? So Ricky, as we know, like he like street hero, kind of like that was just him, right? You know what I mean? That nigga like whenever I come across AKA, he like AKA, you gotta squash that shit. He's selling Casper, yeah, bro, you gotta squash that shit. This nigga's up in his balls. That nigga like, bro, I ain't got shit with that shit. You know what I mean? That nigga is just like too weak, cause he's too much into it. So what am I to do? I just let him be.
That nigga, bro?
And then like, oh, okay. If that's the case,
names,
if that's the case, it's gonna be an ass then, cause now I like working with you, bro. I don't like working with you. In fact, let's work on something.
Yeah, let's do something.
And then this nigga like, oh, so this nigga's bitching on me. He's working on my enemy.
He feels betrayed.
And at the end of the day, this nigga's trying to get his bread right.
So he was head.
You want to lie?
It was.
And the guy, when Casper Vest hosted Philip whatever, right?
Fill up the door.
Ricky Rick was behind him. He even went to like to competition and buy a bunch of tickets just to support the boy, right? But Orle Ricky Rick has all our coaching fest. That motherfucker gonna do shit for Ricky. So Ricky was like, oh, so this house gonna go.
Yeah,
I support your
stories,
motive. I support your motive, but you don't want to support mine. Alright, cool then. It is what it is.
So
I'll stay away from it.
Let's just take a quick break and then we'll be back after this short break to continue with like our conversation.
I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this. You know what I'm saying? I'm sipping on some badass, boy. Huh? What's up with you?
So Like when we
Bad.
come back, we'll actually take a look at like your journey, your performances,
For sure.
some of the challenges in the industry. That's where we'll be headed. But apart from that, it's been a great conversation so far.
For sure.
We just spent more than 50 minutes talking without even realizing. These are dope. These are dope conversations. Sometimes when they're like this, you don't even want them to stop.
Yeah, I just want to keep going.
Apart from that, just don't forget to join in on the conversation using the hashtag the People's Podcast or the hashtag Real Talk with AK. There's 3 hashtags by the way now so far. There's also the hashtag Westrand Cyphers. So you can use those hashtags to actually engage with us on our social media platforms. It's at the People's Podcast 1754. That's where you'll find us. But apart from that, we'll be back after this quick break.
Salute.
Hi, my name is Lydia Songwani. I am the co-founder of IK organization and the Changing Lives Foundation. My work is divided into 2. Through the Changing Lives Foundation, I head the Mpumalanga Creative Arts Summit, which happens annually in empowering young people in the creative sector. And then through the IK organization, I head the Treat Her Like a Queen campaign, which focuses on getting young people in the rural areas metric dense dresses and pampering them for the day. We have the Groom a Child campaign, which focuses on sexual orientation classes and also getting them toiletries for the month. Lastly, we have the Rare Diseases campaign, which focuses on getting adequate health care for young people who are diagnosed with rare diseases such as pulmonary hypertension and heart disease. Thank you very much.
Let him go.
And we are back again, guys, from our short break. Hey, yeah, that was a quick one. Hey, but we are still here, pushing our conversation, as we are still joined by Late Ricko and Mr. Berry on the beat. Is it Berry on the beat or on the beat?
It's Berry on the beat. So basically, I just say Berry ODB because I'm no longer like full production. I'm a rapper now, so I just keep it Berry ODB. That's me.
But we are still continuing with the conversations, and you see, I still have my co-hosts. They didn't go anywhere. Hey,
Shut up.
Before we actually jump back into our conversation, just a reminder to all our real talkers out there to actually go and check out our official community. It's Patreon /realtalkwithak.com. That's where you'll find the podcast match, even like different tiers of our communities, with exclusive benefits,
Support the gang.
It's more of, when you are paying, you get exclusive things, you're not there with the other people. So when you're there, you even get like VIP tickets to the events that we are hosting. And while we're on events, we're actually hosting on the 23rd of October, we're hosting the first ever unspoken words soul and poetry session. Hey, it's gonna be taking place corner here where we're chilling, at this venue. So apart from that, you can find more details on our social media platforms. It's at the People's Podcast 1754 at gmail.com, But apart from that, Buffett, let's jump in.
Yeah,
Everyone is still here. So Buffett, let me start off the conversation of our second part. Like, as artists, I get that nothing is always like the road is never that slow. So as artists, what would you say are some of the challenges that you have encountered along the way, and how would you have dealt with them if like you had like the proper resources, or how do you think like the Department of Arts and Culture can actually help in dealing with these challenges that you might have encountered along the way? So anyone of you can start a question.
I believe that, you know, for example, the Department of Culture could really be helpful if they were really involved with the youth and the creative process by creating studios or free places where people can get resources which they don't have. Like, for example, upcoming artists will struggle with having to pay for studio sessions and mixing and mastering, getting the producer's time to be involved with their project. So I feel like that's where the Department of Labor could really, of Arts, not Labor, sorry, could really be lending a hand if they could just pitch in by giving these upcoming artists resources such as studios, time, you know, like recording, because it's really difficult for some of these artists to
because the buyer's fees are they're busy chowing these funds.
They should stop chowing the funds, do programs, do talent shows. It doesn't have to be like necessarily specific, say talent show, but do more
even events
that can have upcoming artists to perform, instead of putting like when you do a government thing, you put on like big artists already. We know they're big. Come on, if you are doing a show around that environment or campaigning around that area, make sure that you put on the upcoming artists from that area, you know. I think that would be fair, because it's hard to get spotlight, you know, for artists, and some of these people backgrounds it's not fit to sustain. So that's why it becomes dog eat dog situation. So pitch in, show some love. That's where we can start. And so many challenges were faced. I believe it's like you can get played today on Channel O, but still have to come back in a hood and face reality, because, you know, funds are not easy to come easily. You know, supporters, we need people to start buying music. I think that's the most important thing. People should buy music, whether it's upcoming or what. Event organizers, pay the artists. Stop trying to tell them they are getting their shine, but you're paying someone big. You know, you clearly don't respect the art and the craft of what you're doing. You know, if you're in the entertainment business, respect other people's process. If you go put somebody on for a lineup, at least pay them. Even if it's 500, it's not bad, right? It's better than coming all the way, sacrificing. I just explained that it's difficult for upcoming artists because of the background to get resources. So imagine if someone has to also come for a free performance and they're still struggling on their daily living and they still have to fund their stuff. So let's make it a business. You pay the artist can also pay for his services on the other studios. You see, it's a circle. So it works like that. So they should put note on that, you know, like,
Shut up.
One thing they don't really get is this art and culture, folks. See, you could do your campaigning and stuff like that. See, the music is in the streets. If you need like real music, is in the streets. That's why, like in most cases, like even like events don't reach its peak, because they often check, we're selling names. They're not selling the event.
Obviously, they know what's Ricky Ricky's there. Sold out tickets.
And at times it's not like that. See, people who like locally, like, you know, like let's say people like around like a society and shit like that. When they see Ricky Rick, they know what the Bad Boy Mo is based down here. He makes music. Why isn't his name on it? See, you understand?
And they're not even asking
they would appreciate to see that guy and see our star, like our bubbling star, like right there next to the guy. You understand? They give me like courage to say, okay, I don't mind buying that ticket. I'll see that well-established artist and lend on our cars.
It's one of the reasons I used to buy tickets for the beer fest, you know.
Because there was like a bunch of
be there, you know, you wanna be hyping.
You understand?
But sometimes, like, okay, I'm not even a fan of Ricky Rick. It's coming to my hood. May his soul rest in peace, by the way. Is coming to my hood, and I don't even bump his music. I want, there's a high chance that I won't be like, they can go. I'll just chill, drink my booze indoors.
You understand? The money you're supposed to buy a ticket with, you're like, let me just buy my shinies and just, lays out. You understand?
Yeah.
So those are the challenges, bruv. And we often tell our family, like, yo, fellas, we're fortunate enough that we done go through some tribes and tribulations and stuff like that. You understand? We know a little bit. We don't know everything, but we know a little bit, and as little bit as we know come through. How about we do some workshop and we talk about it? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so Big Boy More, you done drop some. Hey, Black Rick, we done drop some. How about full of September we push Ricko ODB as a whole, all of us, maybe it's 10 of us. We just when you wake up every day, every single day, the only thing you have to do is take that link, throw it just wherever, where you promote your people. You understand? We have those kind of workshops hey, dog, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, brand. Not too bad. Alright, cool. Hey, bro, how about all of us in faith we
do a photo shoot,
we do a photo shoot, we do that shoot. We can't be waiting on those guys, the art guys.
It's one of the reasons I actually started these hours, cause oh, by the way, there's actually the Game Changers and Dreamers Awards, they are focusing on recognizing local talent from businesses, brands. Because I sat down and I realized I was like, we wait for all of these huge corporations to be okay, we endorsing.
We're on our own, bro.
On stuff that we could actually be doing on our own, that's one of my goals. That's why everything I'm doing at the moment, I'm like, I don't need a huge company. I'm only willing to work with Black-owned businesses, because I'm trying to do what? Bring it back home, These people are taking us and exploiting us.
You don't need, nobody started big, bro. I'll tell you that. Nobody started big. Everybody had to fumble. You know what I mean? Every success comes with failing and stuff. If you say you never fail in your life, you'll be tripping. That's a cap. You know what I mean?
So with that being said, now, how can a young nigga watching this right now stay alive in the game? Especially mentally, because when you do a lot as an artist, there's just too much pressure and expectations. How can a young nigga from the whole juggle all of that stuff and stay fit mentally, and not have a breakdown that's gonna lead to suicide?
What you do every day will eventually bring an impact. So the only way to stay alive is keep on doing what you started every day. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you're hungry, you got to eat. And then when you're full, you think toilet. You know what I mean? It's a daily routine. You know what I mean? Wake up, do it. Wake up, fail, do it. You know what I mean? That's how you're going to stay alive. There's nothing much to it. There's not too many fancy words. Just do it, bro. That's the only way to stay alive. If you're recording, that's what we do every day. We just go through, in it. We don't have 1,000 followers or million followers or whatever, but this is the shit that got us going. Let's go through. Let's record. We record that shit, we listen to that. Somebody comes in, hey, that shit is crazy. I'm salute, see? You see, we did something productive today.
That's positive energy.
You know what I mean? That's positive. The energy keeps on building and stuff like that. So, exactly. You know what I mean?
So, let's get to performances.
Yeah.
Before I start asking your best,
for sure,
let's start on the West. And what would you say has been your worst performance? Where now after getting off stage, you just so good.
Do we have that though?
Okay, at times when we don't have, but I think we once did have.
Yeah.
This other time, bruh, at the side club, it was packed.
Shit.
You remember that day?
Shit. I remember, bro.
Oh, that day it was packed. So I had this thing, the emotions. I don't know, it's anxiety sometimes. I get to be when I'm in a bunch of people, in a crowd, I just feel like I'm floating. I'm you're scared, my heart beats fast. Or they stop beating, I don't know, it's beating fast or they stop beating, but I just have that anxiety, I can't breathe. Sometimes I feel like I'm floating, around people, everything becomes slow motion. Then this day, Ricko was like, you know, it's Ricko. Sometimes the things that happen backstage, I see a bunch of people and I'm like, I'm not ready. The song I'm about to perform, I'm not sure if I know the lyrics very well because I've been like, ish, we have so many songs. And this song, it was a new song, it's a fresh song. But Ricko was confident about it, and this one is dope. But I haven't digested it the way I thought I was ready for it. You know, I was going through some emotional breakdowns of my own. So basically, I would get on stage, we performed that song. Okay, it came up nice, but I kept on being on my head, and then I'm losing my own lyrics, and sometimes catch it there and there. People throw like a bottle. Someone threw a bottle, bro.
But you know how it goes. But you know how it goes. We kept on going with it until you catch up to it. You know what I mean? Because you know what happened was they confused our slots.
Yeah.
They calling a well-established artist on stage. And then they push us over. You know what I mean? Like, I go VIP. He's still outside. Okay, let's put these niggas there. You know what I mean?
If Ashton is watching this, bro, come on, man.
You know what I mean?
You guys always give us a difficult time there, but it's like, and you always promise us a slot.
But we always.
But anyway, you know, one thing I like about all this, we never stopped going there. We also went again, and then this time we killed it. People were actually, for the first time, they were asking, what was it? Repeat.
And then they were calling out.
Have you ever heard someone on the fucking show, bro? Like,
and they were calling up, imagine they calling repeat and they calling out AKA.
Oh, that was the time Super Mega was here. Yeah. When you know some niggas for.
They calling him out there on stage. They
been around, bro.
Listen, I remember we're performing. This nigga, I mean, like this chick right here, and then like Berry went off stage. She's on the other side. Right? There's like the barricades, right? She like hugged the nigga with her hands and them legs down there. Oh my goodness, God, I'm on stage. I'm on stage. Is the edge guy? Is the mini VIP? Like there's like main VIP. And then there's like this other one. And there's this shorty. She's like, please touch me. Give it like it's a shorty to a carry. Hand. Break it to your face. I don't know what's going on with this shit. What's going on? And I cannot go. My wifey, she's standing next to her. I'm like, I'm on my zone, nigga. I ain't give a fuck, nigga. I'm going back.
If I were to guess, you would say that's your best performance.
I would say, but I done.
But you're still considered an upcoming artist that time. But you already have people fainting for you.
Thing is, when I get on stage, when we enter a stage, we have like this energy you cannot resist. You lie. Forget, bro. You well built, you well known.
Even now.
Yeah, for real. Like Harigana was stage. You gotta know, bro. Only this black ass motherfucker and this. You know what I mean?
So how was the experience like sharing the stages with AKA, you know?
The experience is.
MC and them.
The experience is. There's nothing to it.
Because at the same day,
AKA,
I went backstage. No lie. I don't know. Probably meet a lot of people, but I'm not trying to use his name to cap or use his name to climb up. I don't need that. Like sometimes I feel like there are things you experience and there's no one you can tell because at the end of the day they're gonna think, oh man, it's declining.
This is why we unpack everything.
It was my moment, man. You know, I went backstage. Honestly, I swear on God, on my mother's grave, on my grave, I'm not camping. AKA greeted me. I was scared that I'm gonna meet those bouncers because they go crazy once there's a celebrity at the VIP. So at that very night, I went backstage. I'm looking for Ricko because we were supposed to perform. And then I went backstage. I saw AKA chilling there at the VIP. They cleared the VIP. It was me now. I was trying to go there, and then he sees me, and I'm like. My heart stopped. Switch out, bro. I went back. I won't lie, bro. For the first time, and me not bothering someone like someone big. He the one saw me coming and then greeted me first, and then I felt like, my heart stopped for that moment. But
Hey man, it's too many shit that done happened out here.
like I said,
Hey.
if you say something at
We've
that
had our
moment, I'm
shit.
not saying, nigga, you're a fan, nigga, you're a dick riding. Fuck that. It's
But
the
for
truth,
you,
bro.
that was like one of those
It's your
moments.
moment.
Another
actually.
one is when I hugged Gigila, man. Shit,
Hey,
fire.
these people, they like, okay,
She's warm. Right?
hey, you will spit it.
I'm telling you,
You will
bro.
spill the beans out. I say,
Come with it.
There was this ambitious thing. Shandy's going down by the stadium.
And
man.
re-up.
The real thing.
I was there, bro.
It was
cold that day.
Yeah,
You were there, bro. She was rocking some ting, ting,
there,
ting, you know,
bro.
like showing on the thighs thing.
Even when I came, she was performing.
Yeah, she was performing. Then right after that, and then I hope my woman don't kill me. She's not probably gonna discover this. Right?
That's up to you, bro.
Nah, nothing happened. Nah, you know, like Gigi, obviously. Look at me, man. I mean, I'm there, but not there. But I'm there. She knows I'm there.
Grab the ass. Hey, nigga, you grab the ass.
Grab my hand like
Hey,
this.
grab the ass, nigga.
Squeeze
Spit it.
She like,
Spill the
she hugged
beans,
me
nigga.
off. I'm like, what? We hugged, bro. Me and Gigi.
And then them hands started going lower and shit. And then.
Yeah. But anyway, salute to the day.
I
We
will-
explore this.
Nah,
man.
me.
Salute to hip hop.
We had our
Let's say
days.
hip hop.
Lena had
Every
like
day.
some. Naibile was not even there with AKA and me.
Yeah.
Me and Nigga like some bull, dog, like some bull ass shit. And then my nigga Questa came to the rescue. Because like you say, he created the nigga and you know the hot stuff, whatever. So I saw him and I'm like, fuck, it's Superman. We're in the same fucking.
Even our
area.
photographer took the most photos that
Yeah. It's like Casper and shit. Like this. Hey,
if you're
bro.
listening, you know you took the
And I mean-
most photos, bro.
So
You got on stage taking in person and like,
you get. So I'm like out there, right?
Supposed to share
Obviously, get the big dogs and shit. I'm just like, but I'm like, nah, nigga. I'm not just like some nigga from the projects.
Yeah, you also someone.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, they wanna tell me, say, what you go, fella, get up from my little one, and obviously, I got that crowd is gonna go up elastic. What am I to do? I gotta think of ways, man, to convince these people that I'm one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than that, you wanna get into an excitement, you know, just, that nigga push me like a piece of shit, bro.
when was that?
The time I got mugged.
Oh, that's a different day.
That's a
The time-
different
the
day.
story he
Not
was
that day.
telling,
Not
remember?
that day. Not that day. Not that day.
Talking
on
about
the
that
side.
story,
I'm talking
he
about
was
the
mentioning
story.
earlier,
But I like, yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, you know, Questa just came in a bag and man, took me and himself pretty nice. So you're like, no, look, you know what? I'm no better than you. You're no better than me. We just different. I took that shit. I took that shit and used it to my advantage. That's why I like even now. I like I'm no better than nobody. I'm just different. It's stuck with me. In situations like this, when it's people when you like that, dog, you don't fight. It's cool. Just go do your shandies, and then you come back. And they're gonna go. I was like probably 30 minutes or an hour to go in. I went in, dog. Like I went in. I was off, dog. And you can throw me in the jungle. I'ma come out with your chinchilla coat up in there. You know what I mean? That's what I did right there.
Damn.
You get?
Some King Kong style.
And when I went on stage, crowd went stupid. I'm like, yeah. And I came back. The first person I went to was like, Quest. Yeah. Like, how was that? Like, boy, salute, boy. I'm more than so what on guide the TV. Nigga, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, but that life. Bitch
I guess
ass
you and
motherfucker.
Nasty
Like,
C
you
were
know,
off from a wrong start, if we could say, with AKA, right? Because also Nasty C apparently had the same situation back in the days. He told us the story. Once, you know, it was out there. Like Nasty C once met AKA, and then AKA this.
So the experience is the same.
Yeah. So my son, and Nasty is a cool ass
What
boy.
has to get to the names?
Yeah.
The names. Late Ricky
Yeah.
and Berebe.
Yeah.
So let me start that side, Black and
Sure.
Black Rick. What's the inspiration? What's the story behind the stage name? You know? Because
stage
we know as artists, you know, these names just don't pop out of anywhere. Like it will be like your AK.
Yeah,
To be
for
100
real.
before you
Yes.
With me, Black Ricko, bro, it's easy but not really easy, right? Let me start with Ricko.
Yeah.
And it's on this Ricko, right?
Yeah.
My name is Richard, Koza, right?
Yeah.
So I took RIC from Richard and took KO from Koza. That's Ricko. And then as for black, when you look at me, she goes out without a say. You know what I mean? That's black Ricko. So that's just me. You can't cap that. You can't copy that. You can't.
Yeah.
It's in my DNA, bro.
It's my house.
You know what I
Wake
mean?
up and smell the
So
black weed.
and growing up, people used to tease me and say, "Usesha kagezi ya police and that shit would get to me, dog. I'm like, what? And I'm like, you don't know. I think because now so you team meeting, you know. Back in the day, bro, like dark is a motherfucker. You know what I mean? You get? Back in the day, man, like you know, I was like,
back then it was on another level.
Hey, bro.
you get?
Growing up, teasing.
So I'm like, when they call you out with a certain name and you don't like it, the more it grows. I'm like, okay. So I think if I call myself black, I'm gonna feel praised when they call me Sash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when they call me black, I like, hey, I see you, man. I feel you. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
There is no way you can provoke me with that anymore, because that's just me. I've accepted it to live with it. My skin is power.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The shit like that, my kid. So that's Black Ricko for you.
Yeah, that's
Very
dope, man.
beat.
Great story. For me, you know, like the name came up when I was making beats, basically, because before my brother L-Boy, my little
Oh, so you related?
yeah, we brothers, man. I'm his big bro, anyway. He knows that.
To chill with that nigga in high school, bro.
Yeah, that's my little bro. L-Boy, yeah. That's my little bro. So we what happened is before I made beats, I was actually making beats. I was like exploring, learning, doing a lot of things. So the name Berry on the Beat, I felt like I came up with it because I did not have anything creative. I was making beats. My name is Berry, and I thought, Berry on the Beat. That's it. And I had a tag that it's a funny tag when I think of it now.
Berry on the beat.
You know it, man.
Yeah, you want
Berry on the Beat. I was trying.
Yeah.
Maybe I was trying to, but it was like something. So people called me by that every time, even in college. Berry on the Beat, Berry on the Beat. And I'm like, okay, stuck with the people. But then I wanted to, because I stopped making beats, then I want to stop calling myself Berry on the Beat because it's going to get confusing for a lot of people, because I don't make beats, don't think I'm a producer like you do. So then I had to actually like, okay, instead of me calling myself Berry on the Beat fully, I'll just shorten it to Berry ODB because I'll still keep my name. That initially
Get to keep everything initial.
I get to keep everything that I started with. But at the end of the day, people, I'm just going to be Berry ODB, you know, Berry on the Beat because I'm on the beat in a way. So yeah, so that's how I kept it short. So I could not come up with something like
Sweet and short.
That's how I can
Sweet and short.
Sweet and short, man. Yeah, so that's the story behind the whole thing, you know. My whole name and my whole game.
That's dope, perfect. You know, I like the creativity behind the names. You know, like it still shows that y'all can venture on into other industries. You know, if you can think like that, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, the brain is working.
So,
bro.
Buffett, we are almost done, and we're about to wrap it up and real soon. So, like, apart from performances, you know, as an artist, we all have like that greatest moment in life, you know, where you feel like, okay, this is my moment. I've never felt like this before. You know? So, as an artist, what has been that moment for you? You know, like where you felt like I'm there, like I'm a superstar. You know those feelings,
I believe it goes both ways.
Because you always together.
We're like twins, bro. It's when our names started popping up below the world now, like every like every Venus like popping. The name is right there. You know, they don't treat us like shitty and whatever, because you know you could be booked, could event there's an upcoming artist, but they will treat you like shit. But Arafitara, we see the respect like Bariti. They know the story.
They know the name. If they don't know the name, mean, they feel the energy.
You get it?
Energy never lies.
Yeah, energy never
Okay, like when I'm done, when you enter a building and you see like a well-established motherfucker, and that's why I let go something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing Ricky Rick like this what happened last time. Look what they go the side. Ricky Rick, homeboy, asked me to like go fetch the CD. Because I can remember Vele, look to go Metro FM. Him and Oskira asked like for my shit and shit, right? So can I go and say album which is featured me and homeboy, right? So and this bouncers back I go VIP, they were like twerking and shit. But I told her again, like what the fuck, nigga? I mean, I'm more like him, and I gotta be somebody you work at super lazy. Ricky saw me. He's like, yo, come here, again. Hey, what's up, G? Hey, what's going on? Like I'm about to kill shit, and I don't know. I'm going after you before you, whatever. Like, cool, you gonna kill? Yeah. Like, hey, about that dog. Remember you told me about some shitty? Cool. Hey, we have this going on. An album. Like, where is it? Like, it's in the car. Go fetch it, bro. I went out, ran out, sing. When I came back, it was done performing because there was a queue gating, so it's like a problem because there's like a bunch of people who finna go in. So I go to you later. It might take you a minute to go back in. So by the time you get the stage, we let the backstage. There's like a bunch of people onto him, but that nigga done spotted me, bro, with a shit.
There's a picture, by the way.
Yeah, there's even a picture of me that's very
full clip.
There's a video thing, having this conversation.
Also,
there's a pictures. There's like a bunch of folks around him. Like, hey, dog, where's the Charlize? I'm like, right here, like, bring it. I went to like trying to pave way for me, man. I took that shit, and I was like busy, like checking. Our people, they busy. Hey, Ricky, like yeah. Hey, G, salute here. I guess what because I want to have it. Who smash beat cool, G. Hey, dog, this too many shit we've been through. Some of it is good, some of it is for real, dog.
Nah, the game we're taking it over. Only a matter of time. We already there.
Niggas is working.
We've learned. What's going on in the inside. So we like one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So we like checking both. Okay. So don't forget where you come from. Okay, I'm here and there. Hey, let go.
Mr. Mo. Do you have anything to ask before we chop it off, my man? Because we're at the conclusion point of the episode.
You guys also do events, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So how hard is it to make an event? Like, what are the fundamentals that you really need to make like a successful event?
Everything.
Especially from your home.
It's hard from everything, my G. It's hard from the capital.
So you need a team, basically.
Sharp. You need a team.
Need a team, bro.
You know what I mean? You need a team. You need a nice guala too. You know what I mean? Because there's sound to be paid. There's venue to be paid. There's stage to be paid. There's artists to be paid. There's refreshments to be paid. There's merchandise to be made. There's tickets to be made. There's tags to be made.
Printing to be made.
There's printing to be made. It's like a list of
There's people
things.
need to be
So people won't see this because they just come there and they see a tag on. Oh, sound is there, stage is there. Oh, this crowd, cool. And then there's marketing to be made.
And they judge.
You know what I mean? Because you could say, I'm hosting an event and you tell 5 people. And then come 5 people and you done like spend like 20K.
You see.
It's pointless.
Like, look, charge them to 1,500. This is way far from reaching that 20K back. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna go to Russia. You do it like a free gig. Now you have to, like, for example, on the 1st of October, we're hosting one. It's like free of charge. It's like an open park. It's like, hey, it's gonna be beautiful.
So you gotta organize your own sound. I kind of get it, bro, because I also have a food in the event industry. So I kind of understand, you know. Hey, you relate. You know, I do relate.
So it's stuff like that. Everything is hard, but it's just courage. See if you want to do something.
Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, regardless of the obstacle. People will tell you, nah, that's not safe. when you do that, you won't succeed there because there's no people who listen to hip hop and stuff like that. Like, oh, so what? I think I have like 20 people on my side who love hip hop, and I'm very sure they will come through. And that boy mom might have 5 or even more. You know what I mean? If we gather in the same room, eventually a word of mouth will expand. We'll host this one, we'll host the next one, the third one, probably on the 10th one, on the 5th one, or the 100th one. There's gonna be like some outcome now.
That's why repeat it until you
repeat
master
that
it.
shit.
Like you said,
repeat that shit. You know what I mean? Repeat that shit.
You don't quit.
Hey,
keep going.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, that's true.
For example, we'll be moving like events like place to place, trying to like, you know, collect audience, right?
Yeah.
And then forgetting go to yo shit, charity begins at home. Because if you're gonna do a podcast and then you choose to do it in science,
Well,
obviously, somebody go say, they're like, what? Didn't even know this nigga do podcast shit. You know what I mean?
and that's how I popped up, bro. Funny enough.
You know what I mean?
Doing it.
Yeah, not that side. I started in this side.
Sure.
I started my podcast in my home, bro.
Sure.
With a phone.
You get. You know what I mean?
So I'm just saying, you know, like not being someone in the
classic.
industry and then you just pop up. And then after a couple of months, you know, they say, oh, shit is booming. And everyone is like, who are you, man? Where are you from?
Fella, even with this event, this one that we're doing on the first, what happened was, got locked down last year. Birthday I got 8, it's August, right?
Yeah.
So I did a gig and I was planning to chill with just my niggas, plug a sound in jail, stretch tendiana was my birthday. I will have some good food and then friends and stuff like that. And I mean, hey dog, I give that like 5 hours later.
Yeah.
Packed as a motherfucker, even them purpose they came through, dog, trying to stop that. Them folks are the one who like with me. They're like, nah, we never had this shit in our hood ever. So since we have it now, we're gonna have it to the last of it.
And you just gotta capitalize on that, bro.
It's during lockdowns, dog. Everybody went home around 4 or 5 a.m.
You can't even
You
go
know what I
to
mean? So now after that, they came and hollered. They're like, hey, bro, we like what you're doing.
Yeah.
How about you just keep on doing it? Because we like coming chilling out like that, like we were. Because there was no fights, there was nobody got whatever. Nah, there was nobody got robbed. It's like they knew
vibes, bro.
It's like they knew they came to Ricko. Like Lit energy when they know who's the host, they know the energy. Now I'm a man of peace, bro. If you got cheat with me, yeah, I'm not saying I'm sweet. I'm too rough like that, but I have my mama raised. Yeah, I prefer peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I grew up in the hood where it's like gang bang shit. You know what I mean?
It's all about gang banging.
From the trenches,
we chose wherever we go. Everybody's gonna tell you like, hey, bro, you talking about love right there. Yeah. Me and this nigga all the time.
That's how we're supposed to.
You know what I mean? So they know when they come to us, they're like, bro, we're just gonna have fun and check the beautiful nyanas and oh mama, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So it's the same shit we're trying to do this time, and this time around it's gonna be big because I saw the love bro. You know what I mean?
That's dope, man.
And yeah. Plus my niggas will be there in the building, so it's gonna be lit. Y'all gonna be there, right?
Most there. We'll be there.
We'll be on the show.
I will be there to cover that gauge, bro. Because we're working on some cinema choosing kind of vibes.
Yeah, G.
Bro, like, that's why I'm like, this is the most fastest movie podcast right now. Because like, I'm gonna be launching shows, maybe. I don't know, shows after shows, you know, shows after shows. It's just a matter of getting like the right sponsor, so you know that you just don't call people to be like, yo, come do this for free, you know.
We see sponsors, dog. You get your good content, as you say, like Tapa Cinema, type of stuff. We have Netflix now, dog. If your content is nice, they don't mind giving you like 5 mil, dog. Like, hey, let us buy that. You don't need sponsors anymore. I'm saying that, bro. We've been out here for a minute. We're out here. We're still gonna go, nigga.
You just need authentic work, man.
That's
Stay
it.
true to yourself. Keep your shit together.
You know what I
Someone
mean?
will fuck with your age.
Yeah.
That's it.
So,
If somebody wants to find you, will
been-
find you while you're going.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Like
you don't have to fight.
it's been a great session having you on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think
bro.
even our
Westrand is
viewers-
in the building. For
if you
real,
are still
for real.
tuning in, it means it's been
real.
like late. You are enjoying the convos, you know.
real.
You know, if it was
West.
up to me, I wouldn't want these conversations to stop, you know. But
Yeah, for sure.
time is no longer on our side, you know. Even the weather is actually quite changing. You know.
sure.
It's still on August, you know. So, but apart from that, like it's been dope having you on the platform.
Like for real. It's
We're
like
looking
what?
forward to actually collaborating, you know, seeing more
We
of you
out.
along these spaces, but feel sure, you know, because I know it's gonna be late. But before I actually let you go, you know, just for our viewers out there, like where can they get your music and how they can reach out to you, maybe if they wanna book you, you know, because now summer is around the corner.
And hey, kuchimilo yabona kulesama lekuchimilo ntwana like intonga mfethu yabona sho manje siyaphithisa manje la sifika khona mfethu when it comes to performing this summer. Yeah, better look out, yeah. We got something in stores, cooked, uncooked. We're coming, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, to do follow-ups and stuff like that or updates and whatever.
Yeah.
Black Ricko, BLAQRICKO, SA. Simple as that. All platforms. You wanna Google, you wanna YouTube, you want like
They are everywhere.
Where is Black Ricko? Underscore SA. Everywhere.
Yeah, for me it's at Barry ODB, BARRYODB. Everywhere. And our music is available everywhere, on all digital platforms.
The Watcher mixtape just dropped.
Apple, Spotify,
That's all I can say.
SoundCloud,
Go and check out the watch.
everywhere. So please make sure you download that. I mean, don't download it, just buy it so you can download it, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Gradually appreciate.
We hope to see you more on the episode. Bad boy Mo.
My brother.
We're still gonna
Yeah,
link
man.
up.
You know what it is. It's
Cancel me.
been a nice
Don't forget if you have something going
episode.
on.
Still in the building.
And it ain't going nowhere.
Brothers are with me, and it's been a lovely day, man.
It was not too
Stay
bad.
blessed.
It was not too
Not
bad.
too bad at all. Not too bad at all.
Not too
bro.
bad,
Not too bad at all.
Damn, I couldn't
You know what I mean?
Yes, so, but apart from that, thank you for staying this long with us. You know,
Yeah.
we know like our episodes do take like more than an hour, but you know, these are just conversations. Sometimes you just can't hold it. But apart from that, a reminder to go check us out on our social media platforms. It's at the People's Podcast, you know. And if you want to follow me specifically, you can just search for Agani, AK Shongwani, you know. It's that simple. And I'll just pop up everywhere.
Everywhere.
We everywhere, you know. We like.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.